And welcome back to Day 5 previews of Strixhaven cards. I'm pretty sure this is the last day previews. This is the last day I'm going to be doing any previews because I think the bulk of the previews that needed to be shown have been shown. The rest are just going to be stragglers. There's still a bunch of cards from yesterday I didn't get to, so this is going to be another long video, but I'll try to be quick about it. Now let's start out with Blot Out the Sky. Is 1 black, 1 white, X. Sorcery. Mythic rare, create X tapped 2/1 white black inkling creatures with flying tokens of flying. If X is 6 or more, destroy all non-creature non-land permanents. At first when I read it, I didn't realize it said tapped, so I missed saw tapped. I thought, oh, this is pretty solid. The tapped isn't bad per se. Like, it's still going to give you a bunch of bodies. You're just going to have to wait on it. Now, if you're playing from behind, that's going to be a problem. But it does have the benefit also of destroying non-land, non-creature permanents. The problem is, what does that really entail? You might knock out a planeswalker here or there, okay. An artifact, sure. Enchantment, but the question is how many of those are really going to be a threat? Planeswalkers are one thing, but anything else is just, you're still going to be behind and their creatures are still going to attack into you. So, I don't know, it's got potential. I just don't know if it lives up to whatever potential it could have. Mavinda, Student Advocate. 1 white, 2 of any color for a 2/3 Bird Advisor, legendary creature, mythic, flying. You may pay 0. You may cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard this turn. If that spell does not target a creature you control, however, it costs 8 more to cast this way. In essence, it costs 8 of any color. If that spell would be going back to the graveyard, exile it. So, I like it. There's no limit to how I'll activate only once per turn. See, that the once per turn is really what's killing Warhole for me on this. Because this could have a lot of ramifications. But the fact is, you can only activate it once per turn. That really bites. And it only costs 0 if it's, targeting your creatures you have. Now, that being said, there's plenty of ways to work with that, 100%, but I don't know, it loses something because of that, I think it really does lose a little bit, but I don't know, it's still not terrible. It's a 2/3 flyer for 3, that's still usable. Killian, Ink Duelist, 1 black, 1 white, legendary creature, human warlock, uncommon, 2/2, lifelink, menace, spells you cast that target a creature, cost 2 less to cast. Well, this is nuts, kind of, like, this might be the best of the Mythic Cycle legendary students, because you put it in a white-black deck, and again, I've been playing Arena a lot, where there's a lot of black kill spells that, normally cost a lot more, that you could use, and you're like, I just put mana into, but this guy's gonna add a whole new level of FU to that. Like, hey, this big kill spell I had here, well, guess what? Let's see, what was the giant, eat to excess or something like that, the black card from Theros Beyond Death, which had Croxius eating, I think, a Pegasus or something, where you exile a creature and then put a card, that costs 4 normally, but now it costs only 2. Yeah, this guy's actually kind of beast. Selfless Glyph Weaver and Deadly Vanity. Glyph Weaver is 1 white, 2 of any color for a 2/3 human cleric rare. Exile the card. Creatures you control get indestructible to the end of turn. It's a good way to keep creatures safe. Deadly Vanity is 3 black, 5 of any color, sorcery rare. Choose a creature or planeswalker and then destroy all other creatures and planeswalkers. Okay, that one you're going to get a lot more use out of if you can get to it. Obviously, the better card is going to be probably the more expensive in terms of its effect. That said, I could see Glyph Weaver also being quite effective as well. So it's really just tit for tat. Do you want to wait on the Deadly Vanity, or do you want to, use the creature now? I think it's going to depend on where your board state is. If you need a creature on the field and you can't wait, otherwise you'll die. Go with the Glyph Weaver. But if you've got enough to keep holding out for a while until you get the Deadly Vanity, go with Deadly Vanity. Milla Crafty Companion is a 2 white, 1 of any color, 2/3 mythic rare legendary fox. What does the fox say? Milla, Crafty Companion. Whenever an opponent attacks 1 or more planeswalkers you control, put a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. And whenever a permanent you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. So already you're protecting planeswalkers with this card. You're able to draw cards because when they're being targeted. But that's not all, folks. For just the low price of 2 red mana and 4 of any color, you get Lukka, Wayward Bonder. We knew Lukka was in the set. They said that. I was like, where's his card going to show up? Is he a black and red card? Is he just a red? No, it turns out he is a modular phase Planeswalker card, which is really cool. Lukka comes out with 5 loyalty. You can +1, and you may discard a card if you do draw a card. But if you discard a creature this way, draw 2 cards instead. Not bad, honestly. -2, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste and exile it at the beginning of your next untap step, or upkeep, sorry. Beginning of next upkeep, which is actually really cool because that allows you to attack in if you want, or it allows you to just have a blocker that you need. I actually really like that. Finally, -7, you get an emblem. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So basically, it's, oh god, Terror of the Peaks. It's Terror of the Peaks as an effect, as an emblem. So if you can get to if you can get to the emblem, which it's only 2 turns to get to that, really, not unreasonable, honestly. And these two work together. Remember, modular cards are supposed to work together. So honestly, there's a real. I mean, it still takes 6 mana to get him out, but really, it's not that hard to get this guy out when you really break it down. Like, really, when you really break it down, it's not unfeasible, really, at all. So yeah, I like this version of Lukka. I didn't love the first version of Lukka, who I have, like, hold on. You won't be able to see it, I don't think, here. But, I got my binder of all my rares and mythics that I don't use. Because I have, no joke, where is he? He is right here. And this isn't even me, like, buying excess amounts of things. I got 2 versions of Lukka sitting right here. The alternate version and the regular version. Plus, I have a 3rd version that I did manage to find a home for in one deck. So, yeah, I got 3 versions of Lukka. He wasn't that good. He's not that good of a walker, frankly. But this Lukka seems to be an upgrade, definitely. Silver Quill Pledge Mage, 2 hybrid white-black, 1 of a color for a 3/1, Vampire Cleric. Whenever you mage craft, gain your choice of flying or lifelink. So you can either turn it into Child of Night, or you can turn it into any 3/1 flyer, you name it. Either way, not bad. Because you're getting the effect of whatever spell you cast, plus that, so not bad. Obviously, you get Silver Quill Campus, Scryland. Humiliate, 1 black, 1 white, sorcery, uncommon. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land permanent from that card, discard it, or from their hand, discard it, and then put a +1 counter on a creature you control. Yeah, man, is that a poor, I'm guessing, based on the colors, that's a Quandrix Mage? Man, that's, what's that? No comeback? Is it you, doo-doo head? Oh, that hurts. Wait, I will use my Silver Quill magic. You're a doo-doo head. That's their ability. They can turn doo-doo head into a legitimate insult that hurts. Anyway, good card overall. Yeah, there's a reason it's uncommon. Exhilarating Elocution. Oh, God. 1 black, 1 white, 2 of any color for a common sorcery. Put 2 +1 counters on target creature you control. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end turn. It's a good boost spell. I'm surprised Black and White's doing this much with +1/+1 token counters. Like green blue, that goes without saying. Green blue is still doing it, just in a different way. Not much with white red, and green black to some extent is also doing it. But no, it does seem like white black is the color of +1/+1. This is gonna make Arena so nightmarish when this comes out officially. Gnarled Professor is 2 green, 2 of any color for 5/4 Tree Folk Druid, rare. Trample, when it enters the battlefield, you learn. It's a 5/4 for 4 with trample with no downside. Yeah, play the damn thing. That's going into my Tree Folk deck, 100%. Yes, I have a Tree Folk deck. Plumb the Forbidden, 1 black, 1 of any color for an instant uncommon. An additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice 1 or more creatures. When you do, copy that spell for each creature you sacrifice this way. Draw a card and lose a life. This one I feel is a little tricky. This one I feel is a little tricky to, let me move that down there. A little tricky to kind of properly gauge. Because obviously it's supposed to work with pests, so you'll gain the life you lose. If you don't have that and just use it regularly, you might be running into a problem with this card. But it's got the potential if you use the pest deck. Moldering Karok, which Karoks are crocodiles back then. There's a Karok later on that is just a straight crocodile. 1 green, 1 black, 2 of any color for zombie crocodile, 3/3, trample and lifelink. That is perfectly usable. Like, that is a perfectly good common creature. I would definitely use that in a black-green deck. Shadowing. Cute. Shadowing. Oh, God, these words. My girlfriend is knows it has a much better grasp on English than I do in terms of like pronunciation. Lorette. 1 black, 1 white, and 1 hybrid. It's the cheapest of these cards that I've seen so far. In fact, probably overall, because you're not getting any cheaper than that in this case. It's for a 2/2 human warlock uncommon flying. Whenever another creature you control with flying dies, you put a +1 counter on target creature you control. If you have creatures with flying, which I'm guessing is supposed to work with your inklings, so there you go. Blot Up the Sky works well with this. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Retriever Phoenix. I always love me a good Phoenix. It took me a while, but I made what I think is a pretty solid Phoenix deck. Retriever Phoenix is 1 red, 3 bandit color for a 2/2 flying haste Phoenix rare. When this card enters the battlefield, enters the battlefield, if you cast it, learn. As long as this card is in your graveyard, if you would learn, you may play it, or you may instead put it into the battlefield. So, if you have cards that let you learn, this card is not bad. You essentially have to be in a deck that's using learn a lot. That's the thing. That being said, the Phoenixes do trigger themselves. So if you have like 4 of these, they will trigger themselves. But there are better 2/2 hasters out there than this. I mean, the Flying Evasion is fine, but there's better cards, quite frankly. The Biblioplex, which is the massive library of Strixhaven. It's a land, not a legendary land, but a land. Taps for colorless mana, or you can pay 2, tap it. Look at the top card. If it's an instant or sorcery, you may add to your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into the graveyard and activate this ability only if you have 7 or 0 cards in your library. Wait, what? Only activate this ability if you have 7 or 0 cards in your hand. So basically, your hand either has to be full or completely empty. Give me a minute. So what you're saying is this card's completely useless any other time in the game. Because you have to openly try to get to 7 cards to make this card work. Or you have to... Now, it's going to be a lot easier to completely nuke your hand most of the time. But why? Like, and let me reread that again. Do I get to look until I find one? Look at the top card of your library. If it's no, this card sucks. This card sucks. Even if you build a deck around this card sucks. Yeah, no, don't play that card. Again, smarter people than me probably look at it and think this is awesome, and they're probably right and I'm probably wrong. But still, in my opinion, this card sucks. Devouring Tentacles. Oh God. The tentacles with mouths on them and heads. 1 green, 1 of any color. Target creature for a sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. When that permanent dies this turn, you gain 2 life. Honestly, it's a better version. That's literally what it is. It's a better version of Rabid Bite. It's just upgraded Rabid Bite. Yeah, there you go. Play upgraded Rabid Bite. Bayou Bandit. Yo, he'd be a Bayou Bandit. Now, unfortunately, creature type is not actually fully said, just creature. However, Canid Planta kind of spoils that, and I believe most likely it's either it looks like it's a plant dog, not a plant wolf. That'd be Lobos. But it's a plant dog, it looks like. But Bayou Bandit is 1 green, 1 of main color for a common 5/4. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature or pay 3 life. Look, that may sound like a lot to some people. And to maybe a younger me, that would sound a lot like 3 life. I don't want to pay. I want to get rid of creature. Pests exist in this game. Like, okay, I'm going to make a pest. There's a lesson that makes 2 pests. Then when pest dies, you gain a life. Okay, I'll sacrifice a pest, and for 2 mana, I get a 5/4. I'll take it. Hell, 3 life, honestly, isn't that bad either. All things, that's awesome. I'll pay 3 life for a 5/4 for 2. Like, that's pretty good. Like, yeah, that thing's common. I would expect something like that to be uncommon. That thing's common? Jeez. We have Big Play, which is 1 green and 1 of any color for an instant common. Target creature gets +2/+2 and reach until the end turn and put a +1 counter on it. So essentially it gets +3/+3 till the end of turn and a reach and a permanent +1 counter. Again, and it's instant speed. That's a really good combat spell. Like, geez, they're really pulling out the stops on these spells. We have the rare WITHEBLOOM module spell, which is an artifact and I believe a sorcery? Yeah, so the artifact's name they don't really give us here, and unfortunately the sorcery they don't give us here. What the artifact does, though, it costs 1 black, 2 of any color for an artifact. You can tap to discard a card, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature, which when it dies, you gain 1 life. You can pay 1 tap. Each opponent mills X, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Or you can pay 4 tap, exile 4 cards from a graveyard and draw a card. It's interesting. Gives you options. I like the fact it does create a pest. I don't like the fact you have to discard a card, but it's basically, putting the ingredients in to get something else. So there is that. Ooh, excuse me. I don't know. I'm all right with it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. The sorcery, 2 green and 3 of any color. So, return up to 2 target creature, land, or planeswalker cards from your graveyard. Each player gains 4 life, exile. I'm guessing it's to the field? Because, yeah, this translation doesn't give me anything beyond that. Return up to 2 target land, creature, or planeswalker cards from your graveyard. Does not specify past that. I'm guessing it says to the field. That being said, it could be the hand, which, well, actually, yeah, rare for that. Gain 4 life too, and then you exile this card. Yeah, it might actually be in your hand. Still, ultimately, good card overall. It's going to get your stuff back. I hate it's just because I have to click on it, it takes more time. We have Blood Researcher. It is a multicolored creature. A Blood Researcher. I'm guessing a vampire, as they seem to be, the vampires of this plane seem to be aligned mostly with the Silverbloom, or Silverbloom, WITHEBLOOM. Yeah, merge them together, Silverbloom. I don't know, but anyway, it's a 2/2 creature with menace, and when you gain life, put a +1 counter on this card. Sure, okay. Yeah, it's got menace, so it's got a keyword that's relevant for making it bigger. So there you go. We also have our first nod to demons on this plane. Demons seem to be aligned mostly with the WITHEBLOOM. I got it right this time. And this one's name particularly is this one's name in what looks to be Spanish, Demagoth okay, whatever language it is. 7/6. The demons, by the way, on this plane are huge. We'll see like one that made me go, what the F, in a little bit. But 1 green, 1 black, 1 hybrid, and 1 of main colors. 7/6 uncommon. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. When you sacrifice, each opponent discards a card, and you draw a card and gain 2 life. Again, if you've got things that make pests, like we'll see in a little bit with WITHEBLOOM herself, the dragon. This basically gives you free reign to just do anything. It rewards you for sacrificing. It's a 7/6 for 4. It's not bad. It is still kind of an engine that if you're not feeding the engine's going to blow up. So keep that in mind. A rare 2 black, 2 of any color, 3/3 creature of some kind. I'm guessing it's human because this looks like it's one of the villains. Tap, search your library for a card, put it into the graveyard, then shuffle your library. If it's an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1 counter on this card. Or it's basically trying to get cards in the grave so you can get them back. I don't know. I'm kind of good without it. And then this one doesn't even have a name. Like not even it's monocost. 1 black, 1 of any color for an instant. Target creature gets -X till the end turn, where X is 7. Minus the number of cards in its controller's hand. That's interesting. In a discard deck, this thing is nuts. Well, it's maybe not nuts, but it's a good removal in a discard deck, which I have. So that's not bad. Overgrown Arch is 1 green, 1 of any color for a 0/4 defender, plant wall, uncommon. Tap it, you gain a life, or tap it, pay 2, sack it, and learn. Not bad. You'll be able. It's basically an engine to help gain lives. There's that. And its rate's fine, so it's not bad at all. Okay, here we go. Demagoth Titan. This is your 4 hybrid. 4 hybrid green blue demon rare for an 11/10 creature that when it attacks or blocks, sacrifice a creature. Note that you do not have to sacrifice on your upkeep. You can just wait to play a creature and then swing in with it if you so choose to. Oh, and by the way, yeah, if you can give it flying, menace, or trample, you're pretty much set to win the game with this thing. They do need to answer this very quickly. So yeah, I saw this. I'm like, this is wrong on all levels. Containment Breach. 1 green, 2 of any color for a lesson. Uncommon. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. If its mana value is 2 or less, create a 1/1 black. Create a pest. So yeah, unfortunately, you're not gonna use it on. You're not always gonna use it on mana value 2 or less. But if you can, great. Decent removal. Pillar Drop is Pillar Drop Warden. 1 red, 3 of any color for a 1/5 Spirit Dwarf common. Reach. 2. Pay 2, tap, sacrifice this guy, return instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, activate only as a sorcery. Yeah. There's better cards. Yeah, Lorehole, I'll be honest, of all the guild, I keep saying guilds, of all the schools, Lorehole's the least impressive. Prismari, I can get behind a lot of the stuff they're doing. Some of it's a little counterintuitive in my mind, artifacts and sorceries in instance, but still, I can get behind what they're overall doing. Silver Witherbloom, yeah. Silverquill, yeah. Quandrix, yeah. But Lorehole, except for Lorehole itself, the dragon, and maybe what the other mythic they had with the dwarf. I'm like, they're not that impressive of a school, to be frank. I'm not a big fan of them. Honor Troll, though, is 1 green, 2 of any color, 2/3 Troll Druid, rare. Vigilance. If you gain 1 life, you gain 1 plus that. It's basically Angel of Vitality on a troll. And if you have 25, you get +2/+1 if you have 25 or more life. Again, Angel of Vitality on a troll. So combine them together and you're going to get a Super Friends. I will make it. I could make a dex that way. And it's got Vigilance, so that's cool too. I like the fact too. He's the first of his clan to attend Strixhaven and now the first in his class. That's nice. A black-green sorcery. I haven't actually read this one. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. If you sacrifice a permanent this way, you may return another permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. I mean, you're forcing them to sacrifice something. There is that. But if they're ahead on the board, that's not going to matter much. And then you're going to have to trade. If you have nothing on the field, it doesn't really matter. But that if you do have something on the field, you're going to have to get rid of it. And yeah, you might get something back, but then you're going to be down something on the field. I don't know. Not my taste. But again, it's supposed to work with pests like what Hunt for Specimens does. 1 black, 1 of a color, create 1 pest. And then learn. So, I don't know. Maybe. Professor of Zoomancy is 1 green, 3 of any color. Is this guy a Witherbloom as well? Yeah, he is a Witherbloom. This guy, it's a bear druid. That's awesome. There are bear people on this world. Why? We need more bear people. Whenever this card enters the battlefield, create a 1/1, create a pest. Basically it. So yeah. Harness Infinity. I love that name. This thing is always, you want to talk about the kind of off bit of cover we got with Quandrix, their mythic. Try this on. 3 green, 3 black, and 1 of any color. Instant mythic. Exchange your hand in your graveyard. So, yeah, if you've got nothing in your hand and you've got like a bunch of stuff in your graveyard, you're basically the trade. You better. This is the perfect late game card to basically get all that stuff you just used up back. Like, this is perfect for that. Now that said, it is super awkward to play. Like, to try to get to this mana effectively is super awkward. But still. Dina, Soul Steeper. 1 black, 1 green. Legendary creature, Dryad Druid. This is the legendary student here. Uncommon, 1/3. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. You can pay 1, sacrifice another creature. Dina gets +X/+O until the end turn. X is the sacrifice creature's power. So you could just sacrifice that 11/10 demon and make her a freaking what? It'd be a 12/13. I mean, yeah. Look at the guy right here, Witherbloom Pledge Mage. That alone is a 5/5. You would turn her into a 6/8. 6/8. Like, seriously, this is kind of messed up in some ways, that ability. But it does come at the cost of only per that turn. And I take it back. It only works on the power, but still, you'd make her a 12/3 still. an 8/3 in that case. Like, still, it's pretty messed up. WITHEBLOOM Pledge Mage, 2 hybrid black green, 3 of any color for 5/5 Tree Folk Warlock with Magecraft, gain 1 life basically. Big beefy. You could probably get some more use out of that. Sledgemoor Witch is 1 black, 2 of any color for a human warlock, rare, 3/2 menace ward, pay 3. So we do see the pay 3 come back to this, except this time it's on a more effective creature. And whenever you Magecraft, you can create a pest creature token. So yeah, this is a pest generator to some degree. WITHEBLOOM Campus is a thing, obviously. Arcane Subtraction. This is a Quandrix card. 1 blue, 1 of any color. Target creature gets -4/-0 until the end of turn, and then you learn. Perfect little counterspell. Or not counterspell, you know what I mean. Burrog Befuddler. 1 blue, 1 of any color for a 2/1 Frog Wizard. We need frog people too. Flash enters the battlefield. Target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-0 until the end of turn. It's cute. It's not going to do much, but it's cute. Poet's Quill, 1 black, 1 of any color for equipment artifact, rare. Enters the battlefield, you learn equipment for 1 black, 1 of any color, and creature gets +1/+1 and has lifelink. Perfectly usable. If you have some lessons you want to use, that works too. Blex, Vexing Pest, and search for Blex. Let's go search for Blex first, because 2 black, 2 of any color for sorcery, mythic. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put any number of them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard, but you lose 3 life for each card put in your hand this way. Don't really like that. I mean, you're probably going to want to only keep 1 usually, unless, you have like serious amount of good stuff. But whatever. No, the one I really like here is Blex himself. Blex, the Vexing Pest. Pests are typically harvested for their outgrow before they outgrow their enclosures. Blex is far from typical. Pest, he's a legendary pest creature. Mythic rare, 3/2. Other pests, bats, insects, snakes, and spiders you control get +1/+1. And when Blex, Vexing Pest, dies, you gain 4 life. So I have a snake, I have an insect, and I have a spider deck. I can make this work, baby. I can make this work all day. I so dig this. Infuse with Vitality. 1 black, 1 green, instant, common. Until end of turn, target creature gains Death Touch, and when this creature dies, you turn into the battlefield under your control, tapped. And you gain 2 life. I like the flavor here to it. Dina raised her cup to Killian's lips, and for the first time in his life, he knew compassion. Oh, is there a dryad human romance? No, it's probably just her being nice. And him like, thank you. Because from what I understand, the Silver Quills are kind of are a bit of the arrogant pricks of the school. I mean, all the schools had their level of arrogance, but from what I understand, they're kind of like the big dicks. No, I didn't mean like that, but they're the assholes. Just checking my time. Oh, I'm doing well. But yeah, honestly, it's a good card. It encourages you to just attack, swing, and you'll get your guy back, hopefully. And it's an instant, so you can just play as a combat trick, kill something, and then get your guy back and gain 2 life. Professor's Warning. 1 black, instant, common. Choose 1. Put a +1 counter on target creature, or target creature gets indestructible until the end of turn. Okay, it's a good combat trick. Nothing amazing. Beladros WITHEBLOOM is our final Elder Dragon of the group. 1 green, 1 black, 5 of any color for a 4/4 Mythic Rare Elder Dragon. Flying at the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 black and green, create a pest. Pay 10 life, untap all lands you control, activate this ability only once each turn. So this is actually, in essence, a version of Dragon's Broodmother. It's much more expensive, although it's easier in terms of it's just pure mana cost. And it doesn't create dragon tokens that have Devour. But in essence, it is basically that. It is a version of that. And I'll probably do a video maybe next week or something like that, talking about which of the Elder Dragons I think is overall the strongest. A, in lore, and B, in actual practicality. This dragon is expensive, though. That's the problem. It's 7 mana for a 4/4, and a 4/4 can be killed without too much difficulty these days. I mean, well, hold on. Pigment Storm. 2 red, 3 of any color. Deal 5 mana to target creature. There you go. Or 5 damage to target creature, and excess gets dealt to you. Right off the bat, way to kill this card. So it's not hard, really, to kill this thing. But that said, if it can linger for a few turns, and you got some ways to protect it, then you could definitely get something going off it. Equip it with something. Hell, equip it with the Poet's Quill, and it'll immediately turn into a 5/5 with lifelink, which makes it a lot more viable. It's still a 4/4 flyer, too. I will say, between this and I think Quandrix, this and Quandrix, I think, of the 5 Elder Dragons, has the best art, normal art. I've seen all the alternate arts. I think Silverquill honestly got the best end of the stick on the alternate arts. But yeah, I think this and Quandrix have the overall best art. Oral's a close second, though. I don't like the art Silverquill or Prismari, to be frank, though. Not that I don't like it. They're my least favorite. I think that's better to put. I do like it to some degree. Unwilling Ingredient is 1 black for a frog with menace +1/+1. Pay 2 and 1 black. Exile this card from your graveyard and draw a card and lose a life. I like to say, don't look at me like that. It was either this or being eaten by a groth, whatever a groth is. Excavating Wall is 1 of any color for 0/4. Defender, pay 1 and tap and mill. Don't be fooled by the quiet. These old stones are trying to talk to you. It's a wall. There are better mill engines out there. Scurrid Colony. 1 green, 1 of any color for a 2/2 squirrel. Common, reach. I'm glad squirrels are making a comeback now. Gets +2/+2 as long as you control 8 or more lands, which basically means this is a Quandrix card, because that seems to be a Quandrix ability with the whole land thing. Quandrix squirrels. What are you going to do? It's fine. Otherwise, it's a 2/2 with a reach, so it's already got value. And if you got 8 more lands, it actually becomes a 4/4. So that's not bad at all. Zephyr Boots is 1 green. It's 1 green. 1 of any color for an equipment, uncommon. Equipped creature has flying. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw, then discard. It's fine. It'll definitely give you some card advantage if you need it. It's not amazing. Pillar Drop Rescuer is 1 white, 4 of any color for a Spirit Cleric 2/2 flying. When this card enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Isn't that nice? It'll get you something back from your grave. I can't say it's amazing, but it'll get you something back. We still got a while. A few more. So there is 1 more Mythic Quandrix card. Yay, green blue all the way. Green blue is amazing. Support green blue in all its facets. Not Scurrid Colony, damn it. How did I miss that? Jadzi, Oracle of Arcabios, is a 8 mana, 2 blue, 6 of any color, 5/5 human wizard. Discard a card and return this card to its owner's hand. Magecraft. When you Magecraft, reveal top card of your library. If it's a non-land card, you may cast it by paying 1 of any color rather than paying its mana cost. If it's a land, just put it onto the battlefield. Or you can journey to the Oracle, 2 green, 2 of any color for sorcery mythic. You may put any number of lands from your hand onto the battlefield, and then if you control 8 or more lands, you may discard a card. If you do, return this card to its owner's hand. So apparently this guy is a pretty important, or this woman, I think, is a very important person. This will set this is going to make landfall nuts go crazy. This is super expensive, but damn it, if you can get it on the field and keep it on the field, oh, you're going to be having some fun. I'm going to have me some fun. Oh no, I'm going to have me some fun. Leech Fanatic. Oh joy. 1 black, 1 of any color. Oh, good. She's more of a Silverquill. 2/2. As long as it's your turn, Leech Fanatic has lifelink. Great. Actually, that's okay. Not amazing, but okay. Spined Krorok is 1 green, 2 of any color for a 2/4. It's not even it's a little bit. It's not quite a giant spider. It's got slightly better stat lines, but it doesn't have reach, so there's that. Tempted by the Yorick. 3 blue, 1 of any color, sorcery, rare. For each opponent, gain control of up to 1 target creature or planeswalker that player controls with mana value 3 or less. In a multiplayer game, this could be a lot of fun. In a single player game, you better hope they have something you can take. That's all I'm going to say. Tend the Pests. 1 green, 1 black. Instant. Uncommon. As an additional cost, cast a spell, sacrifice a creature, create X 1/1 black creature, black pest tokens, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. Again, the 11/10 demon comes into play here. Now let's say if you had 2 of those eyes on the field, then now you have a way to attack and get some value out of that. Brackish Trudge, great. Is 1 black, 2 of any color for an uncommon fungus beast. Enters the battlefield tapped. 4/2. You can pay 1 black, 1 of any color, and return it from your graveyard to your hand. Activate it only if you gained life. But it comes out tapped regardless, so it doesn't have anything else going for it. There's better things out there. Reject. 1 blue, 1 of any color for a instant common counter target creature spell or planeswalker spell unless the controller pays 3. If it's countered, you exile instead. Solid. It's basically mana drain, mana leak, just a little bit better. Mage Duel, 1 green, 2 of any color, sorcery. This spell common. It costs 2 less to cast if you cast an instant sorcery this turn. Target creature gets +1/+2 until the end turn. Then it fights target creature you don't control. There's possibilities. There are better things, I think, but there are possibilities. Pay 1. Reckless Ample Lancer, 1 green, 1 of any color for a 2/2. Elf Druid common. Pay 4 and 1 green. Double this card's power and toughness till the end turn. Yeah, there's better cards. It's just too much for that, and you'd have to be pumping it up and stuff like that. Springmane Servant is 1 green, 2 of any color for an elk, which when it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. It's a 3/2 for 3 that gains 2 life. Decent. Not amazing, but decent. Mortality Spear. Like that name. 1 black, 1 green, 2 of any color for an instant uncommon. This spell gains 2 less to cast if you gain life this turn. Destroy target non-land permanent. Hell, we already have what? The Saga, which I use. The green-black one, that already costs this, and it's on the battlefield, so it's a sitting duck, and all you need to do is gain like 1 life with a pest, and this thing only costs 2. Yeah, that's pretty good. Elimination Ritual, at least that's how it translates to, is 1 black, 1 green, 2 of any color for a sorcery, rare. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Gain green or black mana for each permanent destroyed this way. Yeah, work it in tandem with the Tend the Pests. There's definitely things you can do here. Final cards of the day are Twin Scroll Shaman, 1 red, 2 of any color for a 1/2. Dwarf Shaman with Double Strike. The fact that Double Strike is on a common card, I think, is actually very interesting. Double Strike's not an ability they just use willy-nilly. But it is 1/2 for 3, so that's probably why. Tangle Trap is 1 green, 1 of any color for an instant common. Choose 1. Tangle Trap deals 5 damage to target creature with flying or destroy target artifact. It can take down a dragon. In fact, it can take down pretty much any of the dragons now I say it out loud. Is there any of the dragons that actually can survive this? No, there is not. All the dragons, with the exception, but if you're looking at the guilds they're in, or I keep saying guilds, the schools they're in and the colors they're in, and the stuff like the spells at each color's disposal, Witherbloom might be able to live through this. Prismari would not. Lorehold would not. Silvercoal actually would be able to in a heartbeat. And actually Quandrix could live through it. So yeah, only Lorehold and Prismari kind of get axed by this. And they can destroy artifacts. That's fine. Mage Hunter's Onslaught. 2 black, 2 of any color for sorcery. Common. Story target creature or planeswalker. When a creature blocks his turn, its control loses 1 life. It's a destroyer. Like, they really have been pushing a lot of planeswalker and creature destruction in this set. So, yeah. I mean, it's usable. Not great, but usable. But either way, that's my thoughts on the cards today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for win, Star Wars, Superhero Magic, whatever, anything to do with the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get that at some point. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. The bell button to be notified. I've got actually another video I got due today. Plus, I got to pre-record the what if for tomorrow. So keep your eyes up for that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.